Most people treat Catania like a pit stop for Mount Etna, but if you skip the food here, you're missing some of Sicily's most authentic vibe and boldest flavors. It's really good.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't like it. From a creamy cannoli showdown to the cheesiest pasta we've ever seen, we're taking you through exactly where to eat in Catania so you don't waste a single bite in Sicily's most underrated food city. Today's mission, eat through 6 of Catania's top-rated Google restaurants in 24 hours. To start your 24 hours at Catania, you obviously have to get a cannoli because you're in Sicily. So we're going to go to 2 today. We are starting at Pasticceria Luigi Ficarra. We are getting their signature cannolo, which is 1, cannoli is multiple, and the lovely lady told us to try both fillings. So we're going half ricotta, half pistachio. The filling looks a little bit more puddingy than the ones that we had in our road trip video. It looks a little less fluffy, so let's go in and see what the original ricotta is all about. It is a lot sweeter and more of a pudding texture than we're used to, but it's really good. This trello is really crunchy, not too fried tasting, and I like a little bit of sugar action on top. Let's go.
What about the other end?
I like this. Might be a little saltier, I hope. I think I like the pistachio side. It's just very light pistachio, not heavy, and it is less sweet than the other side. And I'm really digging this kind of like pudding texture that we're having in this cannoli. Catania, you're starting strong. Ow. Stabbed by a cannoli. Literally just down the street, you're finding Pasticceria Savia. Open since 1897, has over 10,000 reviews on Google. So let's do a little cannolo comparison. So before we get to the cannoli, we decided we had to have a granita because it's very traditional breakfast in Sicily, but especially around Catania on the eastern coast of Sicily. So we are getting some pistachio granita, which is kind of like a mixture of a slushy and gelato. It is pistachios with some ice. It's very overflowy.
Like flowing over.
Woo! Wow, there's like chunks of pistachio in there. It's really creamy. It's melted a little bit. And the pistachio flavor is intense and a little bit salty. It's probably one of the best granitas we've had. It's really good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Granita meat.
What do you think?
That's one of the better ones we've had.
The flavor is really intense.
It's intense, it's salty, sweet. It's really good.
All right, now it's time for the real thing, the cannolo comparison. First impressions, the cone thing, crust thing, is a lot longer, so you don't really see the cream. It looks a little puddingy. We saw them inside pre-stuffed, so that's a little bit alarming because that means that they're not actually, like, the ricotta is not kept cold and then stuffed, as we've learned. But, you know, maybe those were for show. So let's go for the taste. It's also puddingy, so maybe that's like the Catania cannoli. I will say this ricotta is a little bit less sweet than the other one, which I like. Texture is really similar, and the cannoli crust thing is very similar. This one might be a little bit thicker.
I'm gonna eat a cannoli. Watch out.
Do it good. Your face in there.
That's sweet.
I actually like the famous Savia one better. I didn't want to because it's, you know,
yeah, and
it's the thing.
They were like pre-filled, or at least they looked like they were pre-filled. So you're like, oh, these are gonna be awful. But I mean, both were delicious. So you should definitely check both of them out. But this one was the winner. After you've had some cannoli, you gotta stroll through the streets. You can't miss the big amphitheater. You can pay to go in it, but honestly, you can see it all from the top. Fish market! Fishy, fishy, fish market! The smells here are very, very different than the maker we were just at. When you Google pictures of Catania, you will definitely see the umbrella street. It's around the fish market. It's a really cool kind of vibey spot. You kind of get this whole like local experience because you see the locals buying their fish, but also kind of the tourists because there's these little shops, little markets to sit and watch, grab our spritz, and wander around the umbrellas. A super traditional dish in Sicily is sardines bocaccio, which is essentially stuffed sardines. I think there's like pine nuts, raisins, some other sweet and tangy things. I honestly don't really know how to tackle it because I kind of expect it to be rolled up, but I guess you just kind of cut it and see what happens. So you can see the sardine, it's fried, some breadcrumbs, and I mean, it's fried fish, so it's gonna be good. The friedness Since sardines are so fatty, I was worried it was going to be fat on fat, but it actually makes it a little bit less fishy. And then there's that pine nuts and raisins, which had a really nice crunch and sweet tang. It's tasty. If we did not eat pasta alla Norma in Catania, you wouldn't trust us, because this is really like the iconic pasta of Catania and even really Sicily. Big rigatoni noodles, eggplant, because it's Sicily and they eat a lot of eggplant, cheese and tomato sauce. The legend has it that the Italian composer wrote a song named Norma, but then when he had this pasta, he screamed, "This is the real Norma," I'm sure with the hands, because it's a masterpiece. Tomato sauce, cheese, there's a lot of cheese, and it's really salty. So it's simple, it's comforting, it kind of feels like grandma made it. And we got some tuna because it's a super traditional fish on the island, and we've been eating cannolis all day, so we should probably have some protein. It's good, super simple. A little lemon, a little parsley. Most people treat Catania as just an airport city or a base for Mount Etna or Taormina, but we were so surprised. This place is gritty, alive, and full of character. It's got beautiful Baroque architecture, loud markets, and some seriously underrated food. Fun fact, the city was almost entirely rebuilt in lava stone after Mount Etna's 1669 eruption and the 1693 earthquake. I gotta wait for them to fry it. I've been instructed to wait 2 or 3 minutes, otherwise I'm gonna burn my face off. He didn't say that, but in the eastern part of Sicily, they're called arancina, the singular term. It's always arancini for the plural term. But when you go to like Palermo or the other side of the island, it is arancino. You have to get it right. Normally in Catania, they are like a cone teardrop shaped. This one's a circle, but this place is supposed to be one of the best places to get them, so we're gonna trust him. So on the inside, we have ham, butter, cheese, and fried rice. I mean, I don't know how that's gonna be bad, so hopefully I don't burn my face. They're really good. We've got a lot of arancini in Sicily. This is my favorite. It's kind of like cheese whiz, though. Ciao. Once night falls, Catania is really bumping in like a really fun and vibey way. And so you could either go for aperitivo, very traditional, or you could go for apericena, which is like aperitivo meets dinner, so more snacky things, which is what we're opting to do at Vermut. So this place, as the name says, specializes in vermouth. They have a huge list of Italian vermouths, but also Spanish, Greece, all kinds of ones from all around Europe. We love Spanish vermouth, but we've never had Italian vermouth, so when in Italy, we're gonna assimilate and try it. I think I have a red one. One's red, one's white. They both look red, but they're getting stabbed with my toothpick. It's very similar to Spanish vermouth if you've had it, but it's definitely more bitter and herbal. But still has a light sweetness. It's really refreshing. And when our bruschettas come, it's gonna be a perfect pair. Thank you. Start with our little apericena. We got some vegetables because cannoli and we should eat some vegetables. This is a traditional Sicilian salad. Oranges, fennel, and cabbage. We've had it before on our road trip in Sicily and it's amazing. 2 tostadas, which is kind of like a bruschetta. One with anchovies, lime, and burrata cheese, which if you've had burrata, it's super creamy. Very interesting combination. We'll see how that is. And then some chicken, some smoked cheese, and some caramelized onion. We have these 3 little bites, which are like some anchovies on lemon. I'm unsure about if I want to eat a lemon peel, but we'll see. And then some meat. Some smoked beef with some olive oil, because it's Sicilian, olive oil's on everything. Salute. Like I eat a lemon peel? Like, okay. I don't like that.
Is it good?
No. I don't want to eat it. A lemon peel should not be eaten. I don't think you're supposed to eat a lemon peel. But that's like really bad. That's where the rest of the food is good. I don't like it. I don't like it. I need to wash it on my mouth. So, smoked turkey, caramelized onion, and cheese and bread. This is gonna be good. The bread is crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. The goat cheese is a little funky, which I like, with the sweet caramelized onions and that smoky turkey. It is flavor heaven, especially after eating a lemon peel. Okay, you gotta eat a lemon peel now too.
Okay, so Taylor wants me to peel the pain.
Did you say peel the pain? Honey.
My face is doing so many things right now.
I told you.
Mine is super spicy.
I don't think
It's spicy and sour and salty at the same time. I just got punched in the mouth with flavor.
In a bad way.
But I'm not sure I like it. No, I do not.
Oranges are really big in Sicily. So is fennel. Crispy, fruity, bright, fresh. That fennel has like a nice earthiness with the oranges. Everything else is amazing. I just would probably not recommend lemon anchovy to do it. For round 2, we asked our waiter to surprise us, and this one looks much more like Spanish vermouth.
It's really dark.
Very dark, almost like Coca-Cola, but with an olive, so it's not. Keep being full. Now we have food. We got some smoked bresaola, which is like beef with olive oil because of Sicily, and some salty cheese. Oh yeah, this one is very much like Spanish vermouth. Not as bitter as the last one, a little sweeter. This is gonna go down a little too easy tonight. So, bresaola, dry beef, salty cheese, olive oil. Okay, Italy, I see you. Redemption from the lemon peel. This is actually, we love the meat we had before. This one with the cheese. I'm bowing down to Italy right now. Such a good bite. Via Santa Filomeno district is kind of this main kind of happening area in Catania where there's restaurants, there's bars. That's where we had our dinner. It's also where we're going to end our evening at a cocktail bar. So we should go check it out. You know we were big cocktail.
Please.
If you watch literally any one of our videos, you know that we are big cocktail people. So we can't end 24 hours in Catania without a cocktail. And Catania has one of our favorite kinds of cocktail bars, the kind of cocktail bar where there is no menu. And Le Bohème fits that bill perfectly. I got a turmeric, mango, spicy, cinnamon situation happening. Oh my gosh. It's so unique, it's spicy, it's sweet, it's actually really deep in flavor, and it's got a parrot.
Okay, I have to sneeze
Why do
all
you
the
keep
time.
sneezing? Babe, talk about a cocktail.
I have a cocktail.
It looks like dirt.
Huh?
Looks like mud water.
It looks like whiskey, which it is. I said I like strong cocktails, and then I told her I like exotic cocktails, and so I got this. Bananas, whiskey, rum. It's wonderful. I like it. Give me another one.
Is he your dog?
I'm the uncle.
You're the uncle?
I think I have to pee on my bed.
He absolutely is. Round 2, and I asked for something fruity and floral. This looks like bubblegum. Apparently it's rose. It is rose, but it's blue. It's so good. I don't even know how to describe it. It's sweet, it's sour, it's fruity, it's floral. Well, Catania is so much more than just a city to fly into to explore Sicily. There is so much more to see on this island, so make sure you hit like, subscribe, and check out our whole Sicily road trip video.